Have a plan post 10 minutes.
Okay.
Have a plan
That's it.
post 10 minutes.
Just have a plan. I don't care if it's a bad plan, but have a plan. It just feels like Steel Wolves planned up to the 10-minute mark and then just fell apart.
I think they didn't thought it would just go through, you know, their plan. That's why they were like, oh,
You're going against Win, by the way, currently, who did beat Mega.
yes.
You should, you know, maybe show a little bit more respect because, you know, I feel like Win could handle that. And we've seen this before, too. We've seen Win when Shadow and Libero aren't necessarily having a great early game. We've seen that before, and they were able to bounce back. So I think, like Fish mentioned, you gotta hope to have a little bit more in your arsenal tricks. You can't just be like, well, you know, we can get the karma ahead, and then they kind of realize, oh, wait, Azura, you're down 40 CS still somehow. And then, you know, not a whole lot you can do. Bans, though, looking like they shall remain the same, at least for now, as we see the Hecarim and Sejuani being banned out.
Right. I think what makes it also very interesting is that they decided to focus on Azure. I think one gank just to stop Shadow from snowballing into Azure was enough, and then they could focus on YJY. But then I think it was just too much of trying to go and stomp Shadow, and it didn't turn out that great because YJY was also struggling in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
So we just got to see this game if
That
they
or
decide to do
even
something.
maybe try and get Pain ahead. That's another possibility, too. You know, get your full bot side of the map going.
Attack Kagame.
Attack Kagame.
Kagame
Yeah.
had a much better game in that match than he has throughout the games that Winner played so far. But bottom lane seems to be the lane that teams can attack. Attack him. Put one of the main carries from Win behind and get the main carry for Steel Wolves ahead. Seems like a win-win for me when it comes to this matchup. YJY is the main carry of the team. Kagame is the weakest link in the team right now when it comes to carry potential. Attack that. Make full advantage of that by getting YJY ahead. And all they have to do is just draft better towards top side. I think what they had, Karma, Java, and Corki, was perfectly fine into what they went up against, but they kept forcing so hard to get something of a lead there when after that first kill to go into Akali, could have gone, well, now we'll just send 4 people bottom lane, and suddenly Akali and Karma is going to be neutralized because Karma got a quick early kill, and the 4 people go bottom lane, and now YJY gets ahead. I'd like to see them just have that plan after they get that early lead, what's next, and just have something to do.
See here, bans almost wrapped up for both sides. See the Elise, Sejuani, Camille coming out from Steel Wolves. And then Thresh, Irelia, and Hecarim banned out here for Win. Steel Wolves with first pick. Do they opt in for this Karma once again? Or do you try and sneak away this Silas that made it through the ban phase?
Right, I mean, if he's not going to pick Silas for the first pick on blue side, I mean, it's going to go to Win for sure. Yeah, so he really needs to steal this pick. It's such a priority pick, so I don't think he's going to go to something else. It'll be Silas right here.
Like Fish mentioned earlier, you kind of need to pick it up or else Shadow just usually wins.
Yeah.
Just simple as
just
that.
usually.
Just Livero or Shadow pick it up, and suddenly you just got this monster of a Silas being picked. So Zero's not a bad Silas, and Vansu could always play in the jungle as well, so can Pain.
When it looks like Win is going to go back to Aatrox again.
Again, can just be flexed around the map as well, so not a bad pickup to say the least. You maybe want to see if this is going to be a Silas jungle or in the top lane, Azura's going to be playing it too. Again, that can be also flexed. Aatrox, though, going to be locked in. We did see our Hedge last time pick it up, and go with the Yuumi, it seems, here for what the Jess once again. See if they want to maybe pair it up with the Ezreal or, you know, go with that Sivir.
It's always an option, and Sivir is always there, but I don't know if they...
Which I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, the Yuumi Sivir combo was, like,
it's
on
just
release.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's just disgusting.
They really going to try and provide safety here for YJY.
I think if they go towards Samkench, they should opt away from the Kalissa, go something towards something like a Zaya here would be very nice for YJY to pick up, and I would like them to pick up their 80 carries now. Even a Sivir here will be really good for YJY, seeing that Yumi's already been locked in.
I think a Sivir is also a very good choice as well.
Watch them not do it.
But, yeah, I mean... Oh! It's a Varus.
Oh, go with something a little bit more utility. Have a little bit of an engage coming out of that ultimate. Go a little more poke heavy possibly, or go with the attack speed route. Be a bit of a change up here. I don't think we've seen that many Varuses come out.
Yeah, I really don't think so. And there we go. It's the
Varus.
first. It's the first Varus in LST, Opal.
I was going to say there, the Kench had some ridiculous stats. 100% win rate over 6 games and currently sits at a 22 KDA across all the players at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not gonna happen.
No, it's not
I
gonna
was going
happen.
to say, you're going to throw Yumi into your into the enemy team? I don't know how well that's
Yeah.
going to go.
Hey, look, they picked the Siva.
Wow.
And then, like, within the last seconds, moves to Ezreal.
This makes sense, though. You're taking a Sivir into a Varus. The ultimate is, if you could see the animation come through, usually you can spell shield it in
And
time.
also, Varus is a poke mage in the bottom lane, so we can throw out the Q and E, and you'd be able to predict one of them because they are slow-moving spells. That just means that Sivir have infinite mana and be able to push in these waves quite effectively. And it's just a non-threatening wave because it's Varus and Tahm Kench will not be able to do anything to Yuumi and Sivir. That's a really good bottom lane for Kagami and What the Jess.
It's super safe, and it was how it was supposed to be in the last game as well, right?
Yes.
Where Sivir and Yuumi, super safe lane, super defensive, and just farm for the whole game.
At least, like in that match, they were against Kalista Alistar. Kalista Alistar can still engage against the Sivir Yuumi. Like, that's fine. But against a Varus Tahm Kench can't step up or he takes poke damage.
Yeah.
Varus can't do anything or he takes damage from both Yuumi as well as Sivir. So they're just going to be stuck underneath the turret, and that's perfect for Win. I want to see if Steel Wolves are going to be drafting towards the jungle here, and I think Win think they are. Win seem to think that's going to be a solo lane Silas, because the only way this makes sense to me is if they get a good ganking jungler to come down and make use of the fact that Sivir and Yuumi are pushed up to turret 24/7.
And I really don't think that there's much options for jungling. I mean, Olaf is the only top tier jungle out there right now that hasn't been banned, because Jarvan, Sejuani is all gone, and Rek'Sai has been banned.
You
And
ban
Lee
out
Sin,
the
yeah,
Lee Sin. This pretty much means Win just take the Olaf here, I think.
Yep. It's the only one left. And there we go.
You still got 15 seconds, but likely now the Olaf gets picked in. If you're on Steel Wolves now, you kind of go for Vansu. You're like, oh man, what do I pick up here? You know, you got the Elise, the Sejuani, the Lee Sin, the Jarvan, the Rek'Sai. Even your pocket pick being banned out here?
Yeah.
This is looking a little rough. They're just going to go Team Wombo combo at this point.
Right, and it might just be a flex Silas into the jungle as well. But we shall see from the last 2 picks in the second phase for Steel Wolves.
See at Orianna here. This is quite a bit of a different style from Steel Wolves. They're really now... They put a lot of hope into Pain, having to hit these shockwaves during the team fights.
It is the Wombo combo, though. Bottom lane can move into these fights.
Ooh.
That'd be interesting.
A Jax here. This does mean, though, you blind pick a Jax. Which that, or maybe they want to shift it into the jungle and see what's the better matchup. But Jax jungle, it's not necessarily, you know, you're not something you say too often.
And ooh, there we go. If there's a Jax, if there's a Silas, both of them have mobility skills. So there we go.
We saw what happens to a Jax in a Poppy matchup.
Yeah.
It's not pretty.
Yeah. And that creates a really strong top side, too, because now you've got 3 strong melee champions that will be supported in the late game with Yuumi Sivir. Like, that's a really good draft coming out for Win here, reacting very well to Steel Wolves. Not quite sure what Steel Wolves are doing. It feels like this is the Hail Mary play. Like, this is the team that's going to be the hardest for us to beat. Let's just throw out everything we know and see if we can pick up a win from it.
I'm just interested to see now, because now you put the Silas into pretty much in this draft. Win have forced it into the jungle at this point to go up against an Olaf.
It's not bad. Silas doesn't have a horrible time. Just Olaf is the highest priority when it comes to junglers or counter jungling at the moment. Fastest clear speed, strong dueling potential.
So they really want to avoid that early game clash with Olaf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for
Oh,
Steel
yeah.
Wolves.
Because-
Especially if you're a Silas here too. Like you look at your ultimates that you want to pick up. Pretty much hoping you can pick a Sivir ultimate later on in the game.
Poppy and Yumi's ultimates are fine too for Silas to pick up, but it's more of, if you fight early, Jax, Silas, Orianna does not beat Poppy, Olaf, Aatrox in the early game.
Definitely not.
We'll see here. We're going to go ahead and load on to the Rift for Game 2. Steel Wolves versus Win.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Clouds have cleared out. Looking like a full moon here on the Rift for Game 2.
And have the clouds clear out for us. And
They are clear.
Okay,
There's no
okay.
rain.
we don't have.
Dare you come to Shanghai and bring a typhoon with you?
Oh, I'm so
sorry,
guys.
Like our video editors, they're like, oh yeah, there's gonna be another one, like 2 months. Already predicting it. We're like, oh lovely.
Yeah, who needs weather forecast, right? We have our
Yeah,
video
who needs
editor.
the LST weather report? We don't need fish out on the ground. I don't know how you got to the studio. I didn't send the boat.
I walked. Swam through the bloody rain.
Yeah, it was an interesting experience.
Look, it's bro! Laugh.
Bro.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Not
That's
how
the
it's
sound he makes when he throws the extra. Bro! Bro!
Bro.
Bruh.
Bro!
Okay, so you're just gonna make like the bro every time we
Bro!
Okay, I see how it is, fish.
Bro.
Bro. Deciding to go for the Crocs as well. So both of them are kind of doing the. But usually, like for the blue side, it's like Crocs and then they go to the blue, and they skip out Raptors, right?
Yeah.
Wolves to blue, and they could probably get Gromp right afterwards. Blue side clear makes a lot of sense for Olaf because he is mana intense, means that his clear time is a lot faster. And then his second buff picking up red means red lasts longer. He'd be able to stay pretty healthy and have that gank potential because Olaf only has a slow. So Libero just opting to go for the more efficient route. It is faster later on, whereas Vansu going for also the efficient route for Silas. Getting the Krugs is the hardest camp to take down, but does give you the most experience.
See here, Winner actually letting this push back in toward them. Knowing the Libero is nearby, but Libero's going up toward the top side of the map, so he's going for a full clear and then going to contest the top side scuttle.
Right, and yeah, like for the matchup for mid lane, like you can't just tank that.
Banzu? You see this happening. There we go. Gets the chains in, gets the whip down. Pain gets ignited. Our edge. Photo V. Pain, I wouldn't step there. I'd start going back to your tower, bud.
Again, I want to refer to the Zotac Cup one-on-one tournaments where Aatrox has just been proven to be the best champion in a one-on-one matchup in the mid lane because even against ranged champion, his trading pattern is so simple. When E is up, you E forward with your Q to get a surprise Q because normally they don't think that you're in range. You follow that up with an immediate, what's the chain called?
Infernal chains.
Yeah, the Infernal chains. That way, even if they try to walk towards the closest side, you just proc your second Q, whichever way they walk, and you will land all 3 Qs. And that is just Aatrox's trading pattern. On top of that, he gets the Electrocute that comes out from his Keystone Mastery, and he gets the heal that comes out from his passive. So Aatrox's trading pattern is really good in a one-on-one matchup. The problem is what you saw there. Vansu can jump in halfway through the combo and fight him, but he just does so much damage if he gets that trade.
On top of that, too, Vansu went for a very weird path because he was by his blue buff, tried to make a play up in top lane, but now Libero's just stealing away his jungle. And he's going to get a 3 buff here, too.
Bro! Bro laugh. You got to say bro every time he throws out his axes the way that he says it.
He doesn't say anything, Fish. Really?
He doesn't say anything.
Bro!
I don't know about the skin. Oh, but Vansu's like gonna come here.
Yeah, he's
not
going to
gonna
see his jungle just be taken.
That's what Libero does best. Look, 16 CS to 33.
And just like
How
that,
about it?
just like that, it's double up, bro.
Vansu might be able to actually trade back for that red buff, but instead opted maybe to go here in the mid. Oh, no. He got caught out there, so I think Hardhead should know.
Walks away. Simple.
Now Vansu doesn't get the trade back at the red buff, and now he's 3 buffed and down double CS.
Yeah, there's a ward there, so nothing's gonna happen as well. They know everything about Vansu and his jungle, so there's only 1 Crocs for him left in the early game, and that's critical.
And that's going to be the only camp he's going to be able to take for the next 30 seconds. Nothing is spawning yet.
Oh,
No, he just got his Raptors back. He'll get something up in top lane. Oh, yeah, this is the issue when you go against the Poppy, a good Poppy, into a Jax.
yeah, he just picks up the Aegis and trades out
Well,
that
you know,
one easily.
if Jax is going to jump on you, you say, okay, I'm going to put down my Q, and then you're just going to take a decent chunk of percent health
That's the
damage.
thing. Poppy is coming back into the meta because their trading patterns are similar to what Aatrox is, which is Aatrox, like we talked about in mid lane. Aatrox is, when his E is up, you E with a Q, and you're going to hit them with a surprise Q. Nothing much players can do about it. For Poppy, she just has so many tools to work against champions that are strong in the top lane. If you have a dash to jump in, look at that. There's the second one. Boom. Easy. So much damage coming out. It's level 5. You can't throw an ultimate. Vansu's level 4. Poppy is, you've got the steadfast presence to negate a jump through. Wow. Good damage.
Woo.
You've got a steadfast presence to negate the jump through. Then you also have the Q. And what a lot of people don't understand about the Q is if you jump into Poppy in melee range, she throws down the Q, it's going to slow you and almost guarantee the second proc, where majority of the damage comes from. The Buckler gives her the shield to trade for an extended amount of time, usually allowing her to get a second Q off. And if you ever close the wall, you're dead.
Oh, no, Pain. We saw this happen before. The Ignite ticking, and that should be enough damage. First blood, solo kill in the mid lane.
Oh, and she used the flash as well as a teleport.
Let's see, they're going to try and turn this back onto Libero. He does have the Ragnarok, though, so Sly has to eat him up immediately. And, oh no, Vansu, the projectile lands. Boomerang doesn't connect, but still the engage continues here with Win. Flash forward, gets the knock up here from our edge, and that's going to be YJY followed too. And the projectiles keep following.
That was a little bit... it was well played. It picked up the end. I thought Kagame felt like he went for a fadeaway Q instead of committing to the fight. Flash was available as well. That would have been a free pickup, but they still get at the end, so I can't criticize him heavily for that. Well played by Win, just capitalizing on the mid lane play, and Pain just keeps falling to this Aatrox trade pattern. Again, stop it.
Well, on top of this too, now Vansu is just massively down here.
I mean, Libero just being Libero at his best form.
Yeah.
So
It's
weird.
also going to be turret plating going over to Win, so they
Please.
got themselves a 2.5k gold lead.
Don't give this team Aatrox ever again.
Oh, Azure, you're the one who went in on this, bud.
Oh,
Oh, he's going to continue. You can't run away. It's going to force the flash, so a nice job there from Azure to actually dodge away, but he doesn't have teleport to get back in lane.
That actually is catching a lot of people out in solo queue because Poppy's ultimate got reworked, so if you only press the ultimate instead of a long hold, the knock-up doesn't make them invulnerable.
all right.
So what a lot of people are doing now is you charge onto them without the slam into the wall, you press your Q to slow them, and then you hit the knock-up to get the damage from the knock-up and the second proc of the Q doing damage because they're no longer invulnerable, and it catches a lot of people by surprise because if you're just running away from Poppy in a straight line, you don't think she can jump on you because even if she slams against you, it doesn't deal maximum damage and you can run away from the Q. But now with that combo available, it's a huge chunk at the end and would have killed Azure there. So good understanding that he had to flash early to get away from the ultimate.
See here, the bot lane of Win also looking to get some deep vision here to also keep track of Vansu, because now on the Silas, if he's tracked through the jungle, like, once again, you look at that bot side jungle, only Krugs are available. Your blue buff's going to be coming up soon, but Libero already took the red away.
I mean, he's already
He's
a
already
level ahead.
rotating over, yeah.
He's just giving Vansu a very, very hard time. The bro laugh.
Oh, this is going to make the Silas just so far behind at this point.
Yeah.
Top lane, once again, Shadow. Easy trade pattern. Look at the CS lead also starting to form on this Poppy, too.
Yeah, and I think that's all a Poppy needs, you know, a Bami Cinder and a Shane Best, and he's good to go.
I think it's cast your mind back to 2-3 World Championships ago where the main matchup top lane was Jace against Poppy. Jace used to be 50 to 75 CS up ahead of Poppy 10 minutes in, and Poppy would still be favored of that matchup because of how well she scales. And look at this gang. Just,
Again,
oh God.
once again, quick early tower dive at that 9-10 minute mark. That was even a very clean one. Like, Shadow tanked a decent amount of turret shots before even Libero actually got in there. But still, nicely done. They pick up an easy kill, and I'll force likely a teleport from Azure if he wants to keep that tower alive.
And again, Poppy used to be so effective when she was behind in CS because of how well she scaled. As soon as she got that Sunfire cape, she can't be really pushed out of lane anymore. Now you're seeing Poppy run into matchups where she just straight up wins. We saw Gamza do it. We've now seen Shadow do it against Azure. And I think Poppy's coming back into the meta. A very strong champion right now.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the LST as well.
jeez.
Oh, and here goes again.
I've seen this before. Shockwave's going to come out, but Pain instantly taken down there. And Vansu, he comes over. Sure, you steal away the Aatrox ultimate, but he has no mana because he lost his blue buff just a minute before.
Right, it's so hard for him to just maneuver around his own jungle for
Well,
Vansu. Like, all the timer has been on the liberal side.
Like, Vansu right now is just a whip bot. He's just trying to clear out the wave, but he's going to get dove here if he's not careful.
Yep, the Wilderner's not
There
going
we
to help
go. Oh, Libero. comes nearby. Our hedge. They don't even need that. They could do the same dive in mid lane as well. And honestly, at this point, your Silas is non-existent on the map.
Yeah, meanwhile, in the bot lane, though, it seems like the Varus is doing fine. But again, the matchup against Sivir, you know, it's super hard to just do anything else.
But well played to Kagame. This is the first time where he's been even on CS against an opponent in the bottom lane. No threat of him dying. They've actually got a kill in the bottom lane as well. 2 kills if you count the one that Watt just picked up from the gank that came through from Libero. Very well played by Kagame.
No.
This is a good game for him.
We're seeing this once again. Shadow puts him into the tower.
Oh my god.
This looks like when you bring your friend into customs, you know, when you're playing with your friends. Your friend from your other friend group that's secretly like challenger, and you're playing in with some golds. Because this is honestly what it looks like right now with
First
Libero.
is when you invite me to League of Legends games.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like Libero right now is styling on Bansu at this point.
Yeah, he has all the timers in the jungle, and it just makes him so easy to just float around the map, actually.
Not even that. It's just every lane at this point. Like Pain, and sure you're waiting for that later game team fight, but if you get to that point where no one's able to scale with you.
And I really think Steel Walls are just giving away too much in the draft phase because you give away Olaf, Aatrox, Yuumi, Sivir. Like, that's 4 pieces of Exodia.
Yeah. I have to agree
and
with
you
that.
got Silas. Like, nothing else. I mean, your first picks of Silas, Varus, Tahm Kench, it doesn't make sense. I mean, if they went for Silas and then countered with something like Olaf,
Tahm
Olaf
Kench.
Corki even, Olaf Tahm Kench, both would have been fine, but you went for the Varus Tahm Kench. That doesn't do anything against Sivir Yuumi. They already got 1 piece of Exodia being Yuumi. So I think Steel Walls just have to really go back and think about what this draft was, because they're not on red side. They didn't get to have 2 counter picks against the 1 pickers that Win had. And they didn't get top lane counter pick, which they just threw a Poppy into the Jax.
Yeah. So we gotta give Win for this as well. You know, they kind of exposed those champions that were not banned and just punished them hard with it.
No.
They drafted so well. Win just knew exactly how to draft against Steel Walls to get exactly what they wanted. Really good drafting. Oh, there's a teleport bottom lane from Poppy too.
Oh, here we go. You're going to have Shadow coming on in. It doesn't
Surprise!
even matter. They're already dead at this point.
Oh my god. And the double kill goes to Sivir. Kagame 3-0 now this game.
Yep, and hats off to Kagame because they didn't even need Shadow. Shadow was just a janitor in that team fight. So Kagame won the Jess, proving me wrong about all the criticism I've been giving them for game after game after game. They hold their own against one of the best bottom lanes in the LST of YJY as well as Slime. That's 2 games now. 2 games now that they've been able to do that.
Let's see here. Turret plating going down. They also pick up that last bit of turret plating before they take. I think they took every bit of turret
All but
plating.
1. All but 1. The only turret plate left is in the mid lane.
When it's 14-0.
Yeah, no. If you look here, it's currently a perfect game for Win.
It is.
I actually despise turret plating. I despise it.
Why?
So turret plating was implemented by Riot to say that we want to reward aggressive lanes for dealing damage to turrets early on that don't scale well into the late game. That is bad word. That's just all bad words. Because it just means now you're rewarding teams that snowball like this.
Like this, yeah.
Oh, it's literally Win have a 33% gold lead
Yeah.
over Steel Wolves at the moment. They have
Yeah.
30. They have 50%.
I like the meanwhile Varus just
And
I like
Libero's
the
dead.
I like the idea. I just think that it was implemented a little bit poorly. But still, that aside, 10,000 goldie for Win.
Before
Yeah.
15 minutes too.
I would save the Queen.
That would give them very nice numbers for the statistics.
Oh yeah,
well,
no,
right?
you could look. We're starting to form the trench, the Mariana's Trench at this point on the
Yeah.
gold graph, because this is a pit that I don't think Steel Wolves can get out of. But we'll see here. Look at the flank. Shadow's looking for a dive here. Steel Wolves have to be so careful. Sure, you steal away the Poppy ultimate. Gonna try and jump in onto Shadow. Shadow doesn't care all that much at this point.
I don't think anyone in Win Esports have to
Oh,
like.
jeez.
They have so much space for themselves to play already.
Oh, look at this. Aatrox is also going to go for a flank.
Oh, here we go. Flank time.
Here we go. That's going to be the Yubi ultimate popped. Immediately, Sly eats up his jungle, but already he's going to get taken down by the hammer. Shockwave does 0 damage at this point.
Nice move. I like the Jess as well. Use the exhaust right when Pain went for the shockwave. Means it did absolutely nothing.
Oh my goodness. He gets the pin on the rock in the base. That's
Wow.
disgusting.
In the OPL, they call that the wall bang, taken away from Counter-Strike. That was the wall bang. The flash into the smack onto the wall. Well played coming out from Win. That's a 16-minute inhibitor.
It's 0-14. It's currently a perfect game.
Right, for every single thing, turrets, dragons, and kills, they're just doing everything perfectly fine for Win
Well,
eSports.
This is a textbook kind of game for Win, where they just looked at the draft and they said, okay, cool. We're just going to play some really broken League of Legends at this point, and you guys have fun.
And I'm actually also very proud of them that they actually managed to pick Sivir this time.
I think we're all happy
No,
about that one.
Because if they don't pick Sivir, I think Fish is going to be very unhappy about
Yes.
it.
Yes. Look at how well Kagame is playing when he's on Sivir. Kagame is not a bad player. He's been in so many different seasons of the previous GPLs and LSTs. He's a good player, played for good teams. It's just that in this split, he's been put on Ezreal a lot, and I don't think it's meshing well with his playstyle and synergy with what the Jess, and give him something like Sivir where he can make it work for himself, which he's played before, and it looked good for him because he could just hold waves by himself, and even though he fell behind, he was so useful. Helps out so much. And in this game, he's styling on the bottom lane from the Steel Wolves.
You see Libero and them, they're happy being aggressive here. Bansu, oh yeah, you stole away a Ragnarok. I don't know how much that's going to help you.
Yeah, I think that's a double-edged sword for him as
Oh, look
well.
at that.
But yep, let's look at this.
Top lane
CJ.
being sieged in here by Win. They have 3 people that are just zoning away. It's honestly, Win on the next push could look to try and end. We'll see if they decide to.
Oh,
See here, Poke coming out from the Yuumi. Win still stepping up. Our edge going to come over the wall. Who's backing right beside the tower? Vansu, what
Wall.
are you doing? He's going to get taken down immediately. Sure, Varus ultimate comes out, but it's already dead. And the Poppy ultimate going to send him to heaven at that point. That's an easy, quick
That's game.
3-member pickup. And with that, that should be the game.
Can't
We're
even
looking-
surrender.
We're looking at a pre-20-minute perfect game from Win. On the side here of Steel Wolves, do they even get a kill? Do they even prevent a perfect game from coming out? We'll see. Nexus is going to come out. They've
They might dive to
accepted their
turret.
fate. They don't have time. Win perfect game, Steel Wolves, in 18 and a half minutes.
18 minutes, 41 seconds with the perfect game and over $15,000 a lead.
wow, that is a crazy game for Win eSports. I mean, 4 pieces of Exodia.
Yep.
They use it quite
No, that game was
efficiently.
lost at draft.
And look at how well Win play when the bottom side of the map is fixed. Again,
I knew it.
it's just, again, like, we've had Win games that have been this decisive, but never that decisive that early. And that was, in my opinion, Win playing correctly to their playstyle. Still focus on your top half synergy. Still allow Arhedge to get a good lead in the mid lane. But give your bottom lane tools to work with because they're good players. Kagame's been around forever. Give them the tools to become good players and neutralize bottom lanes. And in this case, actually style on YJY and Sly.
yeah.
Ah! It's not that hard!
It
It's
was
League of
perfect
Legos!
game. Perfect game by Win. Like, the draft. The draft, I think, was just, you know, it was the nail in the coffin before the game began.
Yeah, that's
And especially, too, like, I hate to, like, hammer on a certain player, but, like, especially Vansu on the Silas, like, the fact that you lost out, he tried.
Draft was the problem. I
Yeah.
didn't see what they're trying to do. It could have been comfort picks. It didn't work out for them. Again, they just drafted a very bad bottom lane matchup into a Yuumi and left Sivir open to hammer at home. This is when you know Win was so far ahead that they're just like, well, we're diving and there's nothing they can do about this. Like, Steel was thought they could defend at this turret. No, you can't. You're just dead.
They just use money pretty much
Yes.
in this fight.
Yeah. Well, you know, at this point, you see a double shockwave comes out there. No damage. Pain still has to build up so much items.
There was an exhaust on him as well. That's why.
Yeah.
Like,
Still rough. And that there from Shadow. able to get it on the relic in the base. That was nasty.
Yeah, and everything was just over. I think everything was over even before
Oh,
that fight. Yeah.
Way before. Everything
Yeah,
was
way
over around,
around
I'd say
it.
15 minutes. That's when game was done. Maybe
Oh,
a bit earlier than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Look at the the damage.
You say hoof the damage, but there isn't a
did
whole lot of
9.2K.
damage there. It was an
Like the
18-minute
difference,
game.
the difference
Yeah.
in damage.
Nobody from the side of Steel Wolves did more damage than anyone from the side of Win.
It's like
Yumi did the second highest damage in that game, by the way.
you need 3 players from the top 3 players from Steel Wolves to be compared to one Poppy.
Like for Steel Wolves, if you take a look at the gold graph, they only had a slight gold lead in between the first start of the game and the 5 minutes there. Like it just kind of went downhill. We'll take a look.
No! Hey!
Libero gets
Poppy gets the MVP!
Libero had a really good counter jungling game, Fish.
Yeah.
He had some good dives there with the help.
I would credit Libero as well. I mean, Silas can do anything because of the Libero. Because of
I think Libero did good.
yeah, me too.
I think
Poppy.
Shadow would be more deserving.
Yep.
I think Libero did all right.
Yeah. You want to see where this is what's happening with my MVP votes? this is the MVP votes right now. Right here. That's been MVP so far for today. Just in the bin. One by one.
One by one.
One by one. Look, I've got more. Even more. Yep.
Oh, it's Libero.
You tell I'm not happy!
We got to get a sticker for that. The
Yeah.
LST trash can. There we go.
It's not a bad idea, actually. I'll get that done.
You'll get a sticker for us. All right, perfect.
For the LST trash can. But there we go, guys. We finished the game with 2-0.
That was quick.
That was super quick.
That was super quick.
The
That was an
Baron
18.
hasn't even spawned yet.
No, like that was just extremely clean play by Win. I think Fish, you said it perfectly there. They just played to the condition they should be playing. To.
Exactly. That's how Win should be playing against teams like Mega. And I need to take that second game and go, well, that worked for us. Our draft worked well for us. It wasn't anything fancy, but look at how much better it was in comparison to game 1.
We're going to go ahead and take a short break, though. And when we come back, it is going to be our tie matchup of the weekend. We got Insurgent taking on Detonator. Stick around.